Hi, lovelies. I am Queen Lovelee. Welcome back to Melanated Crowns. So today I wanted to come on here and talk about this controversy surrounding Vanessa Bryant and Kobe Bryant's parents. Before I get into this, I just want to inform you all that I currently have a spring sale going on with my spiritual advising business for phone sessions, both intuitive and spiritual advising sessions. 10 minutes is $15.55. Okay, 15 minutes is $25.55. This is for intuitive and spiritual advising sessions. So whether it be that you have questions that you want me to answer with divination, or you just want to talk with me and you just want some advice, make sure you take advantage of this sale. Subscribe to this channel, hit and enable that notification bell, and hit the thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think about this topic. So Kobe Bryant was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and of course his wife, who he survived by along with his children, were there, and she gave a speech. Now, I didn't really listen to the speech. I clicked on it, but she just looked so sad in her eyes, and I had to click off. I'm grieving myself, and things like that tend to trigger me. But there was some controversy, honey, because they was basically saying that Vanessa Bryant blocked the parents from coming, or she didn't extend the invite. So let's get into this, because I see a lot of people getting their panties in a bunch. And this has been the topic of conversation since Kobe Bryant, passed away the way he did. So it's no secret that Kobe Bryant had a strained relationship with his parents. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is, and shout out to Lovelee T, because she did a well-detailed, in-depth documentary, or whatever you want to call it, video about, the origins of how Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant came to be and why that began to cause a rift between him and his parents. So Kobe Bryant was, grew up in a well-to-do family. I think his father, was connected to sports and basketball, and they actually lived in Spain for some time. So I think Kobe Bryant knew how to speak Italian or something like that. And, he met Vanessa Bryant on the set of some video shoot, and Vanessa Bryant was a teenager, and they started dating, and, he fell in love with her, and, he would come down to her high school and pick her up, and, the press and the controversy and the attention got so crazy that she had to finish her senior year at home or something, because every time Kobe would come and get her, it would just be bananas, okay? So now jump ahead, allegedly, the reason why Kobe Bryant's mother did not care for his relationship or his marriage to Vanessa Bryant, because allegedly Vanessa Bryant's mother coerced him into proposing and marrying her daughter by blackmailing him and saying that you was messing with my daughter while she was a minor, and if you don't marry, I'm going to press charges for statutory rape. Honey, this is alleged. This was in Lovelee T's documentary. I don't know how true this is, but I don't put it past her. I don't put it past Vanessa Bryant's mother. I will never forget when Vanessa Bryant's stepfather came out during the time that Vanessa Bryant was set to divorce Kobe Bryant after he cheated on her with all of those women, and she was set to get half of his money because of the laws in California. And her stepfather came out and did an interview and said that, Vanessa Bryant is a gold digger. She's come up under her mom, who's a gold digger. And the gag is basically when Kobe Bryant came into the picture, the mother kind of kicked the stepfather to the curb, because it's like, okay, I'm not marrying Kobe Bryant, but my daughter is. And, he's the king of the castle. She basically was emasculating his role as the masculine presence and the man in the house, because, she had came up on something else. And, child, it just is what it is. So now jump ahead. There's this rift. Okay, they get married. The family don't agree. They don't talk, whatever the case may be. Kobe Bryant dies unexpectedly. Now, here is where I feel like I can add some substantial perspective and context to this situation as someone who has a strained relationship with their parents, one parent no longer being here. It is very easy from the outside looking in, okay, to have this mindset that those is his parents. They're supposed to be included here. They're supposed to be mentioned here. They're supposed to be invited here. But let's be honest. Vanessa Bryant could only go off of what her husband has said. And if the tone of their relationship with his parents from the very early, origins of their relationship has been, we don't fuck with them, then she's going to carry that out when he's dead. It is not Vanessa Bryant's place to repair something that Kobe Bryant and his parents broke together, okay? Because all parties had a hand in a breakdown of that relationship between him and his parents. His parents had a hand in it. Kobe Bryant had a hand in it. I think with Kobe Bryant, a lot of it comes from just being young, dumb, and naive, thinking with your penis and not your head. And I also think with the parents, there's certain things they could have did better that, furthered the rift, like when they was auctioning off his shit and whatnot. So everybody has a hand to play in this. But as someone who is not on good terms, okay, I don't fuck with none of my mother's relatives right now except for a handful, literally about 5 people. And God forbid, if I was to come into wealth and status, and then God forbid I leave the physical realm, and let's just say somebody very close to me who's not a blood relative, or maybe my significant other, my husband, my spouse, whatever the case may be, becomes power of attorney over my estate. And within there, I did not explicitly say, okay, well, take care of this person, take care of this aunt, take care of this cousin. All my husband could do is follow out the tone that I've set and what he has seen when I was here. And I just don't think it's fair to put that pressure on Vanessa to incorporate Kobe Bryant's parents and his legacy after the fact if Kobe Bryant himself did not initiate that interaction with them. She knows that the parents never liked her, okay? And if what Lovelee T stated in her documentary, which is allegedly, let me say that again, is true, okay, they didn't like her for good reason. But fuck it. If I'm the wife and I know you don't like my ass, I ain't inviting you nowhere either. It just is what it is. My husband didn't fuck with y'all and didn't like y'all. Y'all don't fuck with me and don't like me. So what are we talking about? What is the conversations to be had? I done had all of these kids. Y'all not in none of my y'all don't come and see y'all grandkids. Okay, maybe I don't let y'all come. Like, everything is not as black and white as it looks from the outside looking in. It's just not. And I'm going to take it a step further. I feel like the reason why a lot of people don't like Vanessa Bryant is because she's Mexican. And I feel like a lot of people just hate the idea that this black man who went on to be so successful and become so wealthy, all of that money is now being funneled through this Mexican woman's hands and what she wants to do with the money. And that adds an extra layer of, we already know what it is. So I don't know. I don't, it's unfortunate. And I can only imagine, and I hope to never have to experience what Kobe Bryant's parents are going through, because that is a tough pill to swallow, to not be on good terms with someone and then unexpectedly they die and then you're not on good terms with the individuals whom they are survived by. That is a hard pill to swallow. That is really hard to swallow. But at the same time, Vanessa Bryant has kids to raise. She's still grieving and healing. And I don't blame her if she doesn't want to take on the task of trying to forge a relationship with Kobe Bryant's parents in the name of his legacy when he didn't make those steps while he was still here, from what we know. From what we know. Maybe he did, but from what we know, they were not in the picture. When he retired his jersey at the Barclays, I think that was at the Barclays, his parents were not there. And that was about a year before he died, about a year or two before he passed away. So it just is what it is. Like I said, as someone who does not have the best relationship with my parents, and I'm so grateful, so grateful that even before my mother's suicide attempt and before her passing away, I was able to have certain conversations with her. I was able to write her letters, in therapy and send them to her and tell her I forgive her. I was able to learn certain things about her, and then even after her suicide attempt, when I would go and visit her in the psych world, we would have conversations and she would just tell me certain things like, don't ever let a man do this and don't ever let a man do that. A man put me here. I'm grateful to have closure in those regards. But unfortunately, from what we know, Kobe didn't have that closure with his parents. And again, if I'm Vanessa Bryant and I know that y'all never liked me, y'all never agreed with our union, which means y'all don't respect us, y'all don't respect our kids that come from this marriage, where does that leave me? Where does that leave me? Kobe Bryant could have very much so told that lady during pillow talk, if I die today, do not give my parents shit, and I mean that. You don't know what that man said to her. And like I said, if Vanessa Bryant was a black woman, this would not even be a conversation. It would be so easy. It would be so easy for people to be like, all right, well, Kobe Bryant's parents must have did something if he don't fuck with them. But it's just not a good look that you have this intelligent, talented black man who leaves his family and runs off and marries this Mexican, and you taking care of her mother and so on and so forth. But we over here, what do we, chop liver? The optics is not good at all. Don't get me wrong. The optics are not good at all. But Kobe created that situation and watered that seed. And now it just is what it is. So that's my thoughts on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the parents should have been invited? I think they could have been invited. Why not? That's his parents. But I'm also not about to condemn Vanessa for not inviting them if she didn't, because again, she is just following the tone that her husband set. That was Kobe's job, to set a different type of tone so that if he's not here, these things won't be happening, and he didn't. It is what it is. The fish rots from the head. So thank you so much for watching. Well, listening, because I'm not on camera. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this topic. And make sure you subscribe and hit and enable that notification bell. Have a lovely day.